Hey, how's it going everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Logging Chunks, a series where I obtain collection log items and use those items to unlock any adjacent chunk of my choosing. I started this journey in Lumbridge, and for every 100 chunks I unlock, I up the ante. I've unlocked 200 chunks, so I need 3 collection log items plus the added GP cost of 10,000 times the numerical order of the chunk I'm unlocking. My end goal is simple, the Trimmed Achievement Diary Cape. Welcome to Season 3 of Logging Chunks. Detailed rules can be found in the description or my rules video. Typically I would do an episode overview going over everything, pretty much what I'm going to do, but this one's going to be a little different. Now I really wanted to get this episode out on July 6th, and I just didn't have time to do an intro. As you can tell later on, I spent a lot of time on this episode. The 6th of July is a special date. It's the 1-year anniversary of the first episode of Logging Chunks, which is a big deal to me. I work a full-time job and have 2 children. It is difficult, okay, to play this game, to make videos. I like to think I put a high level of effort into these edits and these videos. So if you could do my self-esteem some justice here, smash the like button, leave a comment, whatever you like to say. And if you can guess where I'm at, I will give you a big high five. In game, that is. And starting out here with 80 Hunter, I can do 5 traps, catch herbivore, and hunt crystal iplings. All stuff that I have access to. I do want to do herbivore, hit level 83. Level 83, I can catch dragon iplings and sell those for some pretty good GP. But I'm going to be focusing on that sometime later. Right now, I'm focused on step 6 of my Barrow's Gloves master plan, and that is getting 85 thieving to pickpocket enhanced crystal teleport seeds, which are a pretty good price right now, and I think they're rising in price, so I want to take advantage of it while I can. Alright, and then we have 75 thieving for gem stalls and gnomes. So I did all of this, well, 71 to 75 here at the valuables, and it's pretty good profit there. Alright, so I hand all these in, and I get a total of 470k. That's pretty nice. It's definitely worth it. It took about 4 hours to do all that. So the plan now is to get 80 thieving here at the Wealthy Citizens. I'm doing this because I can get easy clues. And if we take a look at my easy clue log here, I have 21 uniques and 127 clues. Pretty unlucky overall. I've gotten a few duplicates, but just overall pretty bad luck. So I'm hoping for at least 100 caskets here. And then we have 78 thieving. Now I got a total of 40 caskets so far, and I believe I got 18 clues here to do. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break and do these clues. And after I do that, I think I'm gonna go to herbivore. So I was able to do 14 of those 18 clues, and I got the 54 caskets. But now, like I said, I'm going to go to herbivore. The only collection log you can get here is the herbivore pet itself, which I believe is a 1 out of 6,500 chance. Now, herbivore is pretty simple. I've done close to 2,000 KC across all my accounts. My goal currently is just to get to 83 Hunter. I'm expecting hopefully about 400k GP per hour by doing this, but I only have 70 herb lore, so we'll see what actually happens. If you didn't know, the herbs you get off of herbivore is based off your herb lore level. Capping at level 77, you can get all herbs. At level 70, I'm missing out on 2 of them, so overall my GP per harvest will be slightly lower, but I do have the magic secateurs which really help here. Currently, it's just not worth it for me to get past level 70 herb lore, because I'm just not going to make up the money that it would take me to spend to get 77 herb lore. Alright, so it's officially been 1 full hour and I got 57 herbivores done. On the screen, I'll go ahead and put up my runelite tracker for the herbs that I got. Overall, pretty good value. This isn't tracking the numulite, I think I have it hidden, but I got approximately 25k GP worth of numulite. In terms of XP, pretty good, 115k XP per hour, which I'm definitely pleased with. And there is level 81 Hunter. And there is going to be level 82 Hunter. Now this level's taken me about 5 days since the last one. Been a little sick, so a lot of this XP came from birdhouses. Herbivore count them to 176. Well, after close to 6 hours of doing this, there is going to be level 83 Hunter. Can officially catch dragon impling. So now if anyone in the clan chat calls one out, or I happen to stumble across one, I can catch it myself, which will be some passive money. My total loot is just over 2 mil. I'm gonna go ahead and try to sell this, try to slow sell it a bit to try to get a little extra GP out of this stuff. Alright, and there we have it, the last one for, I guess the GP was pretty correct there. Seemed a little off, but 2 mil. I say I'd spent maybe 200k on supplies with the stamina potions, so like that's about 350k an hour at 70 herb lore and 80 Hunter to 83. Alright, so with that little detour out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and go back to Wealthy Citizens. I'm going to go to level 80 thieving here and do the more easy clues that I get. I'm expecting like maybe another 20-ish, hopefully. One thing I found really beneficial is that if you have clues you cannot do, go ahead and bring High Alch with you. I do this because my clue juggling timer here shows the lowest time remaining, and if I drop a clue that I can't do, it ends up skewing that counter, so I kind of lose track. So I High Alch it to get rid of it, so it shows my proper clues. Alright, and here's going to be level 80 thieving. Now I had to pause my daughter's show, so she might yell at me here in a second, but I can pickpocket heroes officially. More importantly, that's level 80. That's a milestone level for me. Now I think this is like close to 40 clues to do. I got 54 caskets here currently. This will put me close to 100, which I'm looking forward to. Won't quite hit that 100 mark. So I got 1.3 mil GP. All of this is from 75 to 80. You get approximately 100k GP per hour. This means this took right at about 13 hours to do. On the screen, I'll put my total loot for all wealthy citizens that I've done on this account, which is from level 60 to 70 and then 75 to 80. Now, before I get started with these clues, I did want to show you what stash units I have built. And if you're wondering how I got here and how I have this chunk, your physical form of travel, I traveled there, and if you know, you know. So I teleported to the Woodcutting Guild and ran right up here, and there's a little thing right up here where you can climb over it and get over here through the door. So that's what I did. So check out these stashes. I got all the beginners done. There's only 3, and I got all the easy ones done that I can. I cannot go to this one or this one because I don't have the... All right, my son crashed me there. Anyways, so I don't have this one. I actually do have this location. I guess I just haven't got that step yet, and I don't have that location. Other than that, I have all the other ones built. And as for the mediums, I've only ever gotten these 2 steps. Also only ever done 2 mediums. As for the hards, nothing. Elites, nothing. And followed by masters, nothing, because I've not done any of those clues. And if you're curious, here's all of the clues I've done so far. Well, it ends there. I attempted to do the final clue that I had, couldn't do it, so I'm gonna go ahead and high that. So I think I couldn't do 7 of those clues, so I would have got 90, ending out with 83 caskets, which is fantastic. That should net me, hopefully, maybe 20 collection logs, but I'm not gonna open those quite yet. I'm gonna actually go to 85 thieving now. I'm gonna go test out RD Knights and see how they are at level 80. If they aren't so good, I'm just gonna switch back to doing the stealing valuables. Alright, so it's been approximately 1 hour, and I say I got about 132k XP in that 1 hour. I also got a total of 155k, which is better than valuables. XP is better than valuables. Only thing is, this is much more active, but I think I'll just stick with this, honestly. Alright, there's 82 thieving. Forgot to record 81. Alright, then we have 83 thieving, and there's 84 with a chest in the Rogue's Castle. Cool. Alright, I want to give a big shout out to the Thieving Host CC for setting up all these worlds and having a splasher, but some really weird pathing takes place. This happened quite a few times, and over time people got used to it, but there was definitely some shock from the people. Well, nearly 30 hours later, there is 85 thieving achieved. That is exciting. This finally unlocks Elf with thieving, one of the best skilling moneymakers in the game. Now, I did make close to 1.5 mil going from 80 to 85, so that's a nice little bonus there. Our work is far from over with this skill. Now, enhanced teleport seeds are a great price right now, so I want to go for 99 thieving at Elves. If I do that now, it will take at least 100 hours. If I complete the RD Hard Diary, I will get a 10% increased chance to succeed when pickpocketing around Gielinor, knocking that down to about 90 hours. With the end goal being the Diary Cape, I have to complete this anyways. I surprisingly have most skill and quest requirements done for the diary. I will need Legends quest and 65 runecrafting. Now, 65 runecrafting will be a breeze since I have Guardians of the Rift unlocked, and partial completion of Legends quest is required for Barrow's Gloves, so that does tie together nicely there. I do need 4 chunks for this detour, so the 12 collectional items should hopefully come from those easy clues. And as for the GP, I need to sell some things. Alright, so between my farm runs, my birdhouse runs, and the little bit of fletching I've been doing, I'm still working on that slowly. I'm up to 75 currently, working on 95 for the Elite Diary requirement. Alright, I'm still waiting on a few U-Seeds to sell, but I get... Okay, yeah, that's plenty of cash. All I need to do is open these 83 easy clue caskets. So I do actually have 6 beginners here to open, and my beginner log is looking pretty decent. I have only 7 more items to obtain, so I'm going to go ahead and open those in a minute. But as I mentioned earlier, and I've shown earlier, my collection log for easy clues is 21 out of 131 uniques with 127 completions. Let's go ahead and open these beginners first. And that was 100% to be expected. Alright, now it is time to open these 83 easy caskets. I should get 12 collection logs, so we'll see. I'm just going to play music over these, speed it up a little, and if I get any kind of rare, like cape or monk robe, I'll go ahead and say something, but other than that, wish me luck. Oh, I'm pretty sure this is a rare one. It has to be. Studded body G. It's nice. Got another one? Okay, it's not worth anything. All right. Oh, there it is. That is, I think, the most rare item you can get from an easy clue. That is 6.1 mil. If I get another duplicate, I can actually sell that. That is insane. Are you serious? There's another super, well, not super rare, but another just like pretty fashionable item. It's 11 unique so far. I just need one single one. I don't know. The clan's really seeming to enjoy this. I might keep going after 12. We'll see. Okay, I think the green firelighters polished it off there for 12. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and open up the rest of these 49 caskets. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like I'm gonna get another one of these and make insane cash here. Wow, this is a huge value. Those Nara teleports, 800k. Pantaloons, I want to say those are kind of rare. No, they're just the regular ones. But also another studded body G. Oh, that's a nice one. Okay, so we got 3 more. And coming in clutch on the second to last one, Lumberyard teleports there. And the final one for nothing. So I'm up to 210 easy clues now. 346 collection log items. All right, and there we have it. So from the highway mask all the way down to these Lumberyard teleports, that is, it seems like 25, I'm like 99% sure it's 25 items. So that could afford me 8 chunks. And taking a quick peek here at the easy clue log, I now have 40 out of 131 uniques. So I got 19 there, which means I should have gotten 6 here, which I believe 25 to 31. I didn't show that, forgot, but I believe I got 6 on the shared ones, various pages. Still don't think I've completed any set there. Almost every single teleport here. And all the firelighters actually, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so after liquidating everything I could from those easies, made 2.4 mil. I add this would give me over 10 mil, actually to 11 mil. If I could actually sell everything, I would have made close to 10 mil, most of it being in that drop right there. Okay, now onto the GP cost, and I'm not 100% sure I need that second Karazi Jungle chunk, but I'll go ahead and pay for 4 different chunks here. These are chunks 208 through 211, so the first one's going to cost this much. I'll speed through the other 3. And there is the total there, 8.3 mil, close to 8.4 mil actually. And here are the items I'm using, 12 of the 25 that I got here. And quickly here, I do want to show you all the chunks I have, and more specifically, the one I'm talking about in Karazi Jungle. Not sure if I do need this one, I just can't remember. It's been a hot minute since I've done Legends Quest, but of course I need that one. And then that one's for the diary, I'll do that, I'll mention that in a little bit. But if you want to pause it here, this is every single chunk that I have. But it starts here with the Legends Guild chunk. Honestly, not a great chunk. Overall, it's okay. The only saving grace with this chunk is that there's 5 total clue locations within it. Other than that, it doesn't have much to it, although it does indirectly affect greatly the future of this account. Yep, so I do have to go here. I completely forgot about mapping out the Karazi Jungle. and you have to go to the east, west, and middle, so gotta go here. Well, there is the entire Karazi jungle unlocked, aside from this one, which I don't think I ever need, which is nice. If I remember correctly, yep, that is a hard Karamja area task. Went ahead and did that now. Alright, and there's the final demon down. Let's go finish this quest. Alright, so all 4 of these XP rewards are definitely going on Herblore, which will end up giving me 72 Herblore from that. This is by far the most expensive XP for a main account to get. And an iconic one done here, Legends quest completed. For all that XP I already used, 4 quest points, but most importantly, Legends quest done to do that one step here at the totem. Alright, so now it's time to get the 65 room crafting requirement. Now, the only really annoying thing about this is I haven't done Lunar Diplomacy or Dream Mentor. I don't have those areas, so I can't repair my room pouches. I'll have to run to the Abyss every time, which, like I said, will be a little annoying, but pretty manageable. Alright, so looking at the Guardians of the Rift collection log, I've only done 12 KC, not much to be expected out of those 12. I got a couple easy ones and dipped a long time ago. As far as the gear that I have to do this, pretty decent, I'd say. I have a rune pickaxe. If you don't know, I don't have a dragon pickaxe. I have not logged that, so I don't consider myself being able to buy it. I'd use that rule on any collection log item, like for instance, anything like here that's tradable I don't buy. I first get it kind of like an Iron Man would. I also did hit 50 total days playtime, which is a cool little milestone there. Alright, so this is coming up on 1 full hour, and I got right at about, once this game ends, probably like 38k XP in that 1 hour. Really makes a difference being able to get XP every single time on these. That is a really good update. I guess the other updates kind of smoothed out some things, so the XP overall is more than I remember for sure. I got 7 KC, and I evened out my points for the most part there. I'm very satisfied with that overall. I did degrade this over time, so my plan is with this is once this one gets degraded as well, I'll run to the Abyss, repair them both, and come back. It's looking like about every 1 hour and 15 minutes I should have to do that, but this grind based on the XP per hour should only take like 8 hours. Alright, so 2 quick things to mention here. Firstly, I do know that you can pay an NPC here to repair your room pouches for you. The initial cost is 25 pearls to unlock the service, and then 1 pearl every repair. I'm only going for 65, so I don't find it worth it to do that. Secondly, I do have the level to craft law runes, but I haven't done Troll Stronghold. For whatever reason, making law runes is tied behind that quest. I'm assuming it's some kind of bot thing. That is my next quest I plan to do, but I don't have the GP for the chunks. But I'm not missing much since, again, I'm only going for 65. There it is, just in the nick of time. There is 65 rune crafting. I can officially craft death runes, but you can't do the achievement diary step here. You have to do it in the regular one. You can see my total XP here on the screen, 34k XP per hour. I was doing plenty of farm and birdhouse runs during this grind. I ended up basically evening out my points for the most part. I do have a total of 121 searches to do, and I've done 59 KC so far. I'm actually going to hold on to these points probably for next video. I have 12, maybe even 13 collection log items still banked here that I haven't used to unlock chunks with, so I really want to kind of keep up with that. I don't want to just end up getting like 30 collection logs and then go unlock chunks. I don't know, it kind of feels better to not do that. Alright, so Guardians of the Rift at this level, runecrafting isn't the greatest moneymaker. I made 615k. This is not including any pulls that I get from all the points, so essentially I would probably triple this, maybe close to 2 mil in those 10 hours. So yeah, it's like 200k an hour, not the greatest, but it'll be powerful once you get the full runecrafting outfit. So with everything finally checked off here, I can start working towards this diary. Now there are 2 steps that I have to go out of my way for just a bit, but I'll do those at the very end. So I'm here at the Death Altar, I access it through the Abyss, and I'm gonna go ahead and craft these death runes for the first step completed. Also having death rune crafting is a pretty good money maker. Not so much for this level, but once I get the outfit, like I said, it'll be very, very good. Alright, and there's going to be pick a poison ivy berry. There is stealing from a chest in the Arctic Castle. Recharging some jewelry here at the totem pole. Smith a mithril plate body near Artie. Enter the Magic or Wizards Guild. Enter my POH from Yanil. Okay, so now onto the more tricky ones. I need to catch a red salamander, and I don't have this chunk. This is the only location red salamanders are. Now, this chunk actually would be decent if I plan to do ZMI, but I don't ever on this account. This won't be great for me. I think there's literally no quests, no collection logs, and just this one diary step, and maybe a few clues. Alright, honestly not that tricky, but I did have to unlock this chunk. There's the red salamander. It's the next day my palm tree has grown, or check the health on a palm tree. The final step is to smith a dragon square shield. Now, the right half you can buy for 750k from a shop, which brings us to the shield left half. It is tradable, but on the collection log, meaning by my rules I need to log it first. Now, Gorax do give the best rate in the game to obtain this item when wearing a Ring of Wealth and having Legends Quest done, which I just did, so let's knock that out. Alright, so I messed up my save spot, so I might as well show you guys how I set it up. So after you come in, you run down here to the south, you get these two trapped there, run to this tile, so those two over there will always be trapped there. You never want to kill them. If you do, it'll mess everything up. And then step out, and then due to the high aggro range here, these will aggro you from very, very far away. So all you do is just step back in, and then kill them. Okay, well, there's a dragon spear. I thought that might happen. That's more rare than the shield left half, so at least I got that out of the way. Hey, there it is, and that was like maybe 10 kills later. There's the shield left half over the drop rate, but I'll take that. Pretty good range XP, and I got a lot of, well, I made my money back with these Moonlight Antler bolts. These are in the miscellaneous area of the collection log, so there they are both right there, and I can slap these in the bank in order. It's nice to have these in order, it looks pretty cool. Getting that drop means I can officially buy it now. Since I logged it, that's my rule. I don't find it worth it to get a second drop. These are only about 65k. Alright, so now I gotta buy the right half, which is 750k. It's so steep. I don't even know if you can buy this thing off the GE, but I have it now. You know, something that makes absolutely no sense to me is why is a Mithril Kite Shield level 62 smithing requirement, but a Dragon Square Shield is level 60? I just don't get it, but I take it. I'm at 83 anyways. So the final step here, smith the Dragon Square Shield in West Arty. Don't pull a soup and smith it somewhere else. You smith it here. And there it is, but more importantly, the Arty Hard Diary is officially done. Something I've been so excited to say and to get done. It's massive. Okay, let's go ahead and claim our Arty Cape 3. This one looks the best in my opinion. Now, on top of getting that 10% increased chance to pickpocket, you also get to hold a maximum of 84 coin pouches, which is nice. And another underrated thing about this is I can directly teleport to Yanil now. Oh, and I forgot to use this lamp, slapping that straight on Herblore for another 15k XP. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and reset this thieving counter and test this out for 1 hour. This will be pretty interesting. I think I got about a 37-ish% chance to successfully pickpocket now. Oh, there's a crystal impling right over there. Before I start pickpocketing, let me go ahead and close that door real quick. I'm gonna go snag that. These are untradeable, so I can't actually sell it, so I have to loot it. Alright, there we go. The first ever crystal impling, and we get 100 rune darts, which is worth 16k. Not the greatest, but it's alright. You can get a collection log item. I think the Elven Signet from that, which over time, I guess I'll just hunt those and, you know, get that eventually. The Telecrystal drop rate is a 1 out of 1024 chance, meaning that if I went on rate all the way to 99, I would get about 54 crystals. Alright, so once I successfully pickpocket, which there it is, so that is the Western Province Elite Diary task, I'm going to use wines here, at least try to, and see how that goes.
12 seconds later.
Oh, I didn't even notice there's the first set already. And I think that was like 221. So heck yeah. Alright, so here's gonna be basically 1 hour. Yeah, this is pretty much 1 hour. Now this is skewed because I obviously got 2 of these. So I think I made like close to 6 mil. Yeah, between this and the GP and the runes and stuff, probably like 5.8 mil. So 100k XP per hour is definitely not what I should be getting. I'm watching CoxChunks stream his first ever chunk roll, so I'm just really distracted with that, which is why I missed getting these drops. Oh, let's go, another set. Well, I gotta say this has far exceeded every single expectation I ever had for it. You haven't seen any level up messages. There is 89, also 1800 total, which is really cool. I didn't honestly recognize that was coming on. But if we take a look here, yeah, this is pretty crazy. I've gotten 22 enhanced crystal teleport seeds here and 6 this one trip. I honestly cannot believe the luck I'm having right here. So if I just count every single crystal teleport seed I have, I'm making over 4 mil per hour, because this has taken me about 15 hours to get level 89 in these 22. Now, due to my rules, I can't sell 22. I can only sell 21 of them, but I'm gonna make so much cash there, which is what I'm actually gonna go ahead and do. Now, I wanted to stack all of these to my goal level this episode, which is 91. The teleport seeds were rising and rising, but the past few days they have been starting to go down a little, so I want to go ahead and cash out so I can maximize my profit here. Alright, so I'm going to try to get the most I can here. They're actively going for 2.75 mil. This is going that. I'm going to try to sell them for 2.8 mil, and hopefully they can sell for this. While I'm waiting on all of those crystal teleport seeds to sell, I want to go ahead and go over step 7 of the master plan, which is completing Desert Treasure 1. Now, I counted up and I believe I need 15 total chunks to complete this quest, but I want to focus on the prerequisite quests, which I need to do Tourist Trap, which will require 3 chunks, and then Troll Stronghold, but also Death Plateau, so those will require 4 more chunks. The other 8 chunks come from the various diamonds you need to obtain through the Desert Treasure quest. And if you've been keeping track, you know that I have 16 of the 45 total collection log items, and after these crystal teleport seeds sell, I should have all the cash for all chunks. Okay, so I got a little impatient, so I dropped them 25k each, but they did all sell 57 mil straight cash infusion art, and the other stuff just isn't worth a whole lot, so almost 60 mil. If you do count the value of these, which is, I don't know, maybe 15k each for 1 crystal shard, like another 3.6 mil or so, bringing my total up to just over 62, maybe even 63 mil, which is over 4 mil GP per hour. This was insanely lucky, so I'm going to drop that down to like maybe 3 to 3.5 mil per hour. Alright, so since I have 15 collection logs here, I'm just going to go ahead and pay for 5 chunks. So the first one just is going to be chunk 212 through 216, so this first one here is going to cost this amount of money, and I'll speed through the rest. And to round it off for that, 10 point something mil for all those chunks. Into platinum tokens they will go. Alright, cash paid, Death Plateau time. Oh, and there we go, there's an easy quest done, Death Plateau, everyone's favorite 2016 Iron Man upgrade I get to unlock now. I also get access to the next quest, which is Troll Stronghold. The Troll Stronghold Trollheim area is a pretty decent unlock. It's the gateway to Godfor's dungeon, that speaks for itself. But also there's just so many quests that are up in this area. A few clues, no collectible items I'm pretty sure, but having this area is a big game changer. Alright, time for 2004's most difficult quest fights here. Not so hard in 2025, I guess. Well, apparently going in here was an easy Frimnik area task. Also, I'm getting a ton of music tracks. I gotten 4 already this one quest. I think last quest I got 2 or maybe 3. Alright, this is probably one of the quickest quests in the game, honestly. It's like less than 15 minutes. It's more like 10. I've just been doing some chunk unlocks and all that. I'm also going to be able to do Edgar's Ruse, which I'm looking forward to. But there's Troll Stronghold. I got 1 quest point, a Law Talisman, so I can officially craft my own Law Runes. Would have been nice when I did Gardens of the Rift, but that's alright. So next on the docket, before I go back to thieving, I want to go ahead and actually go back to Gardens of the Rift and use my reward points. If you remember, I have like 121 points stacked up, so I want to go ahead and use those.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Well, there's a big one, a 90 thieving. I got pickpocket from Czars now. But if we take a look here, I only got 1 set of crystal teleport seeds, so the RNG is starting to balance out. And balance out it sure has. Now once I pickpocket this last one here, I'll get 91 thieving. The goal of this video, if you're wondering why not 99, this has taken me far too long. I think it would take me another 3 weeks, which I don't have. The reason why 91 is because that's a Season 3 skill goal with the Elite Diary. There's a step in the desert where you have to go to the final floor of the Pyramid Plunder, and that's what that's for. No, I'm a complete idiot that forgot to show me selling everything. I only got 2 more enhanced crystal teleport seeds, which is kind of a bummer, but I went ahead and sold everything else here. Now, grand total, I made 66.7 mil in raw GP. I gained nearly 2.5 mil XP, and this took about 22 hours. And I do count the crystal shards as 18k per shard because you can exchange these teleport seeds for shards, giving them a GP value. So if I add that, that's a total of 74 mil, which quick math tells me that's 3.3 mil per hour at the bare minimum stats for this. If you're mid to high 90s, you could easily push 3.5 mil and above. And if you're 99 with good luck, this is over 4 mil GP per hour. Now, I was able to catch 6 crystal implings, 4 of them here, 1 I grabbed by accident, and 1 you obviously saw, very first one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and send these 4 now. Oh, that's a lot of shards. And okay, at least I got the dart tips, those are worth a lot more. I mean, not the greatest loot, but can't expect anything too special, I guess. And okay, quite a random jump here, but here's gonna be a hard task in the Western Province area. Now, I'm here pickpocketing gnomes, actually, for a reason you'll find out in the next episode. I'm just kidding, it's for medium clues. Next episode, I hope to complete Desert Treasure and obtain the Barrow's Gloves finally. It's gonna be a slog and a journey. I need tons of collection logs. I can't wait. I hope you're looking forward to it. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe so you don't miss it, and I will catch you guys next time.